Welcome back to Black Ops 6. In this video, I just wanted to quickly go over the HUD customization that is available at launch, because I know a lot of people were pretty worried about the HUD in this game. And if you're anything like me, you're not going to be a fan of the default HUD that we have here. Of course, they've made some adjustments, but if you're like me, you definitely don't like those pop-ups that come up when you kill zombies. And thankfully, that stuff, as well as a few other things, can be tweaked or turned off. So what you want to do is you want to head to the interface section and make your way over to gameplay HUD. Now from here, you'll need to choose from a preset to build from. You can tweak these, don't worry, but at the moment we can't scale all of the elements and the widgets to where we want them to be. So I recommend using the preset that has everything positioned in the right place. Now, as I plan on disabling the minimap, I'm going to use this target tracker as a base because I like the fact that it puts the objective on the top left and everything's tucked into the corners real nice. Now, with your preset selected, what you'll then want to do is head into the visuals tab. From here, you can change pretty much most of the widgets to how you'd want them to be. You can change the minimap shape as well as a few other things, but if you're anything like me, what you're going to do is you're going to disable the compass, and then you're going to go down to the minimap opacity and put that down to 0. And just like that, you will have deleted the minimap from your screen. You can also switch the information to objectives only, though for some reason when you make a few of these tweaks, it kind of brings a few elements back. It's a little bit buggy, but it does still work if you make the adjustments. What you can then do is tweak the weapon information. So if you don't really want to know how much ammo you've got and you want to disable the equipment information as well, you can do that. What is a little bit annoying though is, say for example, you don't want to know your equipment, but you do want to know your ammo. Because we can't actually scale things properly at the moment, we can't actually move things around ourselves. It kind of leaves this really horrible gap, which, you know, kind of makes it pointless. You pretty much have to have the equipment and the ammo together. But then here you can take down things like the elimination ID, the medals and notifications, basically all of the really annoying pop-ups that occur mid-game. And by taking these two down, especially to 0, the score feed and elimination feed, you finally get rid of the annoying XP pop-ups that come up when you're killing zombies. What you can then do is take off zombie damage numbers, zombie health bars, also reduce player names, and then from there you'll have a pretty bare bones HUD. Now you can actually take this a step further by heading to the colors tab, and I know a lot of people that use colorblind presets, and you can do that here as well. But what's even better is that you actually have full custom color customization for each individual part. So you can take this blue, for example, but if you're trying to go for like a more, you know, desaturated pastel almost like look for your HUD, you can literally reduce the saturation and then hit apply custom color and just do that for all of the colors, and then you'll have a much more muted style HUD. Definitely in terms of color customization, they've really knocked it out of the park. I mean, you can literally make pretty much whatever color you can think of. You can even change the color of squad members as well, which is really cool. And then there's even filters for the interface itself, so you can kind of go for presets here. I mean, yeah, again, in terms of colors, you're really sport for choice. Now at this point, you'll have a pretty minimal HUD, but what you'll want to do next is head back into interface and then scroll right down all the way to where it says enable pack-a-punch camo. This is something that you can change. If you don't want a pack-a-punch camo to appear over your weapon, you can switch this off just like when you'd melee the pack-a-punch machine back in Cold War, and you can keep the camo on your weapon. Crosshair as well, you can take that off. You can also take off hit marker visuals, and with all of that combined, what you'll have is a HUD similar to this. Now, it is super clean, super sleek, and the most important part is when you kill a zombie, there is no more annoying pop-up. It's just streamlined and fluid, as it should be. Now, there are still some things you can do that aren't shown in the customization. And if you want to go for a truly minimal experience, what you can do is head back into interface, go back into the presets, and of course you can go to the redacted preset, which completely turns off the HUD altogether, minus some objectives. But you can also use this as a base to have a more minimal HUD than the previous one we'd made, but still not be completely in the dark with everything. So the way you do that is you have the redacted as your preset, and then what you'd do is you'd go to visibility and put the weapon information to 100, and then the equipment information to 100. Now, there are a few bad things about doing this, and that's that things like the round number and I believe your perk shaders as well won't appear, which is, yep, not ideal. So literally all you'll have is the objectives here as well as your ammo count, but there's definitely going to be a bunch of people who kind of like it like that. But without doubt, you can definitely customize the HUD the way you want it to be. And I'm sure that to a lot of people is actually going to persuade them to lean more towards grabbing this game, because I do know that the Cold War HUD and the lack of customization there was for it did kind of ruin the experience quite a lot, and it is very refreshing to be able to play a game where you can literally have it as cinematic as you want it to be. But the first preset that we made is without doubt my favorite. Everything is super clean. Everything's tucked into the corners as they should be. It's not as intrusive, and everything's just straight to the point as it should be. So that is a quick overview of the HUD customization that is available here at launch for Black Ops 6 Zombies. I'm sure there'll be some updates that will allow you to tweak a few things. I'm sure there was also a leak that we saw on Twitter that actually showed full widget customization where you could literally scale and move everything dynamically. Hopefully that's something we see in the future, but as of right now, this is definitely my favorite look, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.